What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I love that theme song. I just
Yeah,
love
it's very good. It's very
that
catchy.
theme song is dope. You actually found it and came up with it, and it's dope. I love it.
Yes.
It's hot. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I'm Serge. I got Sarone here. We're giving it to you again. Another show. Sarone, what is going on, man?
I'm doing good. I'm hot, but I gotta do what has to be done. But let's get some admin notes out the way. Thank you all for subscribing to us, following us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Thank you all very much for your support and your shares and you like. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and follow us on all those social media platforms. We really and truly appreciate all that you've done for us since day one.
Yep. Like, follow, share, subscribe. What else is there? Like
everything.
Rewatch the video clips, share the video clips. It helps up. It helps us. I can't even talk. Helps our numbers, get our numbers up. Yes, and so we do appreciate y'all. Can you believe we literally only got after this show, we only have 3 shows left for the season.
Yes.
It is going by fast. It is definitely going by fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna have a different show for you guys tonight. Avery, what's going on? I see you in the comments. Thanks for joining us from Dallas. Different show for you guys tonight. We're kind of gonna steer away from hot topics, celebrity driven, and we're just gonna have general conversations about what's going on, just with everyday people, the world, and your opinions on stuff. And so if you're in the chat, everybody that's watching, join in with your questions, your comments, What were you saying, Sarone? Go ahead.
No, I was just say, please join in.
Yeah, exactly. Join in, exactly. And so I guess we can go ahead and start the show.
Yeah.
The first thing that I want to do is just send out get well wishes to LeBron James' son, who collapsed on court today. I believe he collapsed during practice. If I'm not mistaken, he was rushed to the hospital. He was in the ICU for a short period of time. Last I checked, he was doing much better. From what I read, he was doing much better. And so shout out to him. Get well soon.
Yes.
His best friend, Shaq's son, I think his name was Sharif, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill me, but I think his name is Sharif. They're best friends. He had that heart issue years ago while he was playing and practicing. And so it seems like all of these huge celebrity kids who are in basketball having issues is crazy. But anyway, get well soon.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
And take care of your health.
Exactly. That's
right.
I'm pretty sure your father.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I said we're going to change it up drastically. I think we're going to go straight right now into our Would You Rather.
Oh.
So this is completely out of the ballpark today.
Oh.
Now.
And just so real quick, just so the people, if you're a new listener, a new watcher, we ask a couple of questions throughout the course of the show. One of them is Would you rather? And it's a scenario where we throw a question out there and you have to let everyone know which one you would rather do or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
Things of that nature. Go, Sarone.
All right. So this is it.
Shoot.
Would you rather to have your significant other look through all your text, chat, email history, or would you rather your employer?
Okay. Oh, this is easy. My employer.
Why is that?
Yes.
Scared?
No. Here's the thing. No. Everyone knows. No, I don't hide the fact that I don't do the password sharing. Okay. I don't do the look at my phone. I don't play any of those games. I don't play any of those. You're not looking at my phone. You're not looking through my emails. No, I don't want to share passwords with you. Just because you're in a relationship with someone doesn't mean that you can't have privacy. And it doesn't mean you're doing anything. It's just like you should trust me enough that you shouldn't feel compelled to want my password. Because if you're like, oh, what's your password? I want it. Why? What are you looking for? And what is going on with you internally that you like, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people don't agree with me, and that is perfectly fine. But I'm not giving anyone is never getting any of my passwords. And even if I did, you won't see anything, but it becomes the principle of it to me. You're not getting my passwords. Some things should still be private, relationship or not. And so, no, I'm just not doing it. Find somebody else.
Okay.
As I would say, get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Okay, so you
doing
prefer your employer to look through your email chat versus
Yes.
your significant other.
Yes,
All right.
because I don't really say anything crazy, and if I do, they can just come right here and look at the show and see anything that I'm saying. And so at this point, what about you?
I would definitely neither.
Gotta pick one.
I would prefer my significant other.
Your significant other.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're military, right? So it makes sense, right? You don't want. I mean, that's like a whole other level right there.
Exactly. That's too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Too much now.
Yeah. That makes. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. Like, if I was military, I wouldn't want the military. Text because
too much.
You could have said something about your like commander. Are they called commanders?
Yeah. For the person who's in charge of your unit.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? And so, I'm with you on that. But for me, definitely, I'm not giving anybody my password. Like, it's just not happening.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, Aaron? We see you in the chat. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Aaron. Yeah, McClary. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah.
And what's going on? What's going on, Dwayne? I see you in the chat. It looks like Dwayne.
Let's see what Dwayne has to say. Dwayne said, that's a great response. Trust may be a factor when your partner feels the need to want your password. It may be a deeper issue with that person requesting a password.
Yeah, and see, that's my thing right there. It's like, why do you want my password? What do you think you're going to see if you get my password, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you should, because my whole thing is, if you want my passwords, that means you don't trust me. And so, like you said, there's a bigger issue there, and I'm just not doing that because now I've always said, like, I feel violated when someone like picks up my phone and is like reading my text messages or going through my emails. It's like it's a violation to me if I didn't give you permission to do it. Just because we are in a relationship, that doesn't give you permission just to start going through my stuff, right? Because you've been burned in the past and you got issues, and so you think I'm gonna do it. So no, like, and it's so funny too, because if you kind of like asked, right, I would be like, okay, I'll let you see it. I'm not giving my password, but I'll let you see it. But then we can have a conversation afterwards when you don't see anything. I'm going to be like, now, why did you need to see that? And now this is going to be a whole nother issue because now I'm feeling weird about our relationship. So guys, girls, be careful when you're in relationships. Don't think just because you're in a relationship, you got an all access pass to just be inside of this, everything that's going on with this person. I'm not saying like, if you have reason to believe somebody's doing something, totally different story, right?
Yeah.
But not just like, I know people. Why am I whispering like they hear? Like, I literally know couples. I know couples who they just have like everything. Like, they share one password. Like, I'm just no. And also, how sometimes you have a really good friend and you're like going back and forth saying inappropriate jokes, joking around. Like, that could even be taken out of context sometimes.
Yes, it definitely can.
You know what I mean?
You don't know what was said prior to that conversation in person. Then it may come across like, really? That's what
Exactly. Like, what if you have a friend, you like, oh, hey, big booty, what's going on? You know what I mean? But as a joke, right? But if you read hey, big booty, they can be like, oh, who is this? Who got it? You know what I mean? So be careful.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the comment. Let's see what Aaron says. He says that you are 100%. I don't think though hers. I don't want her looking into mine. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a personal thing. If
Yeah.
you for it, God bless you. But don't come over here asking for my password because that ain't never happened.
Okay.
It's just not going to happen.
All right. So, do you have a would you rather?
Yes, I do have a would you rather.
Okay.
So
Go
this
ahead.
is not this is like fun. So
Okay.
would you rather? You have to pick one. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
If you had to be in a movie, you had to be in a movie,
Mhm.
right? Which movie genre would you rather be in? A horror movie or a slave movie?
Horror. Period.
Or
Yeah, I'm not being slave to nobody.
and hold on, because I may not have said that right. I'm not saying you would be in it as an actor. It would be real. Like you would really be in a horror movie where you could potentially die, and you would really be in a slave movie where you were potentially a slave. And so that's why I was like, let me specify because it's like a real movie. Still horror.
Because I think I have good instincts that
Yeah.
can get me out of situation and keep me alive as long as I humanly possibly can. But yeah.
All right, Brandy. What was that movie Brandy in? She was like the first black person to live in the horror movie.
Cinderella.
Was it? No, the horror movie. It had Brandy in it.
Ooh,
if anybody in the comments know it's a horror movie, Brandy was in it. This is many moons ago.
Okay.
And it was like one of the first times a black person survived in a movie.
I don't remember that now. That's a long time
If
ago.
anybody in the comments know that movie, Brandy was in. There's a horror movie. Brandy was in it. She actually survived at the end. It was like a big deal. It was like a joke. I know what you did last summer. Thanks, Braxton.
Okay.
Yes, she was in.
Braxton.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
She was in. Yeah, and so she survived. And so you are right. If you're in a horror movie, you can survive.
Okay.
So you say horror movie.
Yeah, horror movie, definitely.
Okay.
I'm not going to do a slave movie. No. All right, let's go to the comment section. Braxton said he would definitely do horror. Edward said horror. The whole slave thing, the movie will only be fun.
He would be dead anyway, probably.
But we have another person. Aaron said he would definitely do slavery.
Slavery. Okay.
Like, brother man, you're on your own right there.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, he answered the question. I know what you did last summer. And Dwayne said he would definitely do horror. I would F that.
F that creature up.
Any day. Okay.
All right. It's kind of like it's a mixture. Some say horror, some say slavery. I know.
It definitely is a mixture.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go on to something a little bit controversial.
Uh-oh.
A little bit controversial.
What are we talking about?
Go with the best female rapper. And just you can get your thoughts ready about this. So just to let you all know, on Netflix is coming out on August 9th with a documentary about a story of women in hip hop, which explores the undeniable impact that women have made been played in hip hop for over 50 years ago. And it's a story of women in hip hop, premieres August 9th on Netflix. It features MC Lyte, Lil Kim, Cardi B, Queen Latifah. However, during the promotion of this, there was no mention of Nicki Minaj and other female artists.
Okay.
However, now my question to you, Serge, this topic is very subjective. You may think that this person or that person should be considered the best female rapper and should be in it. Now, from your perspective, what makes someone a rapper, and two, what makes them the best, in this case, female rapper? And three, do you believe that Nicki Minaj should be in the conversation of best female rapper?
So let me just start there. Yes, I do believe Nicki Minaj should be in the field of consideration for best female. And you know, I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan, you know that,
Okay.
but I'm also not a hater either, right?
Okay.
And so she's talented, so of course, and like her numbers, like her, like you know, like it's proven. She's proven herself, so definitely. However, I think there's like a combination of things that I would say should be a factor in the best of anything, male, female, whatever it is, right? It's not just one thing. It's not, oh, she's the best because she sold 100 million records, or he or she's the best because they wrote their own rhymes, or she's the best because of X, Y, and Z. It's like a combination of everything. There's reach, like how, like not just like United States, like are you international? Can you sit in like the front row of Fashion Week? You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm talking like for the female, like there's a whole list of things. And when you look at that, there are like 5 female rappers that you can say are like who could be considered the best. You have Missy Elliott, you have Lauryn Hill, even though she had that one CD, doesn't matter. Her one CD has sold more albums than most of the other female rappers outside of Nicki Minaj, like put together, and Missy. And so like her one CD did that, right? And so you have Queen Latifah, who's transcended like movies. You have MC Lyte, I mean, she transcended music. You have MC, so there's a lot of them. What I notice tends to happen is people go with the moment, who's hot right now, you know, and they quickly forget about all of the ones who came before them who were just as big in their time, right? Lil Kim back in the day was Nicki Minaj now. She was Nicki Minaj now, period. She was in front row of Fashion Week. She was on talk shows. She had celebrity stylists dressing her. She was everywhere. She was on everybody's feature. Like she was everywhere. Little Kim.
She was the girl back then of what Nicki is today in this era.
Yes. The thing about it is that people in this era, you know, a lot of Nicki fans don't know that because they didn't grow up with Kim, so they don't know how big she was. Right. Another example, like Beyonce, how huge Beyonce is. Madonna, Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, they were all Beyonce back then, right? They were Beyonce back then. They just were. But again, because this generation didn't grow up, they didn't see it. You know what I mean? They automatically think the person who's like hot now is like the biggest thing, as my grandmother would say, since sliced bread, right? And so, and it's not until, and really quickly, I'm going to tie this up. I remember Diana Ross. I was never a Diana Ross fan. I didn't get Diana Ross. I was like, I don't understand Diana Ross. I don't get. And a friend of mine went on to explain, like, Diana Ross was like, and I'm talking, this was years ago. It was like Diana Ross was like Janet Jackson in her time. And I was like, really? She was that huge? And they were like, yeah, it was like she got Academy Award nominations, movies, like she was huge. And that's what made me start thinking differently about new school, old school, what's hot, what's not. And you can't compare generations because they're totally different. For instance, hey, what's going on, Melvin Newkirk? We see you in Kamotzul.
Marlo West, thanks for joining in.
Exactly. And so again, I think it's a combination of things. And so if you ask me who I think the best female rapper is, I'm going to honestly say, and I think most people who know me know, Little Kim is it for me. I love Little Kim.
Hold on, before you answer that, for those in the comment section, I want for y'all to put in the comments your top 5 best female rapper. I don't care if it's from 1950 to now or from the 2000 to now. All right, so let me hear your top 5 best female rappers of all time for you.
Okay, but let me just finish that because that part is important. So everyone knows I'm a huge Little Kim fan, but I can't sit here and say Little Kim was the best because there are so many other ones out there. And so my top 5 would definitely be Little Kim.
Okay.
It would be Nicki Minaj. It would be MC Lyte. it would be Lauryn Hill, and I have to say, wait. No, I gotta take that back. This is hard because there's so many of them. Okay, no, I'm gonna go by who I listen to the most and who to this day. It's gonna be Lil Kim, MC Lyte, Foxy Brown. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj, but she's definitely in there. And I'm gonna have to say, it's between Queen Latifah and Missy Elliott. I'm gonna say it has to be Missy Elliott. She's a trendsetter.
Okay. Well, before I give my answer, I want to go to the comment section. The Marley said, to your point, that he agrees it's a combination of a lot of things, because not one thing that makes someone the best at what they do. Either they have good writing ability, the lyrics are good, the music, the sound, the image, the authenticity of it, the realness of it, that you can all of that. So I do agree with DeMarlo there. And Dwayne, let me see what Dwayne said. Nicki is indeed a truly talented and one of the best raw talent, facts. But she's so controversial, also facts, in how she bashes other female rappers. That is her biggest crutch. There are so many other rappers that can also rap, but also is inspirational to the female rap community. I personally think Nicki talent, but her personality. I would agree to those points. Sometimes she can come off really brash, But one thing is undeniable about her, though. When she put pen to paper, it's going to be really something good. And let's see what Bradshaw said. There's a lot to consider when labeling someone a good rapper: delivery, flow, word scheme, vocabulary, etc. But Lil Kim, hands down, changed the game for female rappers. But I grew up during the bad boy era, so I'm biased. So wait a second. What did this is for Bradshaw? Like you said that she hands down changed the game. What did she change the game with? How she
I can answer that.
Her flow,
I can answer that question.
Literally her half nakedness. What?
Yes, that. Like, no.
So you're telling me that no other females were doing this, being half
naked?
They
were. No, they were. There were a few. However, she transcended that, and because of that, everybody who came behind her modeled themselves after her, and that's the thing. It's like the influence that you've had, and I'm also gonna have to put Foxy Brown in there with her because they kind of came up together. But Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, they changed the game in terms of how female rappers could be sexy, but also have a hard edge. Because before then, you have sexy female rappers, but they were kind of soft about it, right? They were and I don't think her name was MC Smooth, and it was really pretty, but she was very feminine with it. Whereas you had Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, they were more sexy, feminine, but they were hard. Their lyrics was hitting. And so that's what it also enabled dudes to also listen to their music, because they were just hard enough that it was oh, all right, a dude. I was all right, I can listen to this. And so that's the difference with Lil Kim and Foxy Brown versus, I would say, the sexy female rappers who came before them.
Okay, so Bradshaw actually did answer the question. So basically, she used her femininity to her advantage. Okay, there's so much I can go for that, but I'm going to go through the comments. Dwayne said Remy Ma. I don't know, but hey, thanks for listening.
I love Remy Ma.
Her flow for me, just some days she gets it right. For me, that is.
Yeah.
Some days she just totally just missed the mark.
But that's the thing, though. That's what makes her hot, because I like that, because people always say she's not on beat. I think that's what makes her different.
She's going in, and then she just totally misses that.
But I think she does it on purpose.
I'm
I think she does it on purpose. I think she and I'm gonna say this, and this is facts. This is facts. A lot of the hit songs that Remy was on, R to the E, the N to the Wiz, I'm on say reason, I date them when the 740 fizz out. She literally walked in the booth and did that. She didn't write it. She literally walked in the booth, and what you hear is her stepping in the booth and just doing it. She didn't write it. She didn't. And so a lot of times when it sounds like she's on beat, that's literally because there was no like, okay, I'm going to get in the studio. Let's keep doing this over and over again. She hopped in the studio, she rapped it, and she stepped out.
Okay.
But quickly on Remy Ma. Remy Ma deserves her credit because I'm going to say this. If it wasn't for Remy Ma, Cardi B would not been able to get in the game the way she did. And I'm going to tell you why really quickly.
Okay.
Remy Ma came out, and when Remy Ma released that diss track to Nicki Minaj, that cracked the door open. Like the female rappers who were trying to get in before that saw an opening to get in. They saw a weakness. Because as soon as that song came out with Remy, all of a sudden Cardi B blew up. And we know Cardi B, she just don't give a damn. And so after that, I think the other females rapper was like, so you can go after her, or she's not this like X, Y, and Z. I can. Exactly. And so I think Remy Ma making that, and I have that record to this day, and I play it. Okay. Like I think she is one of the reasons why the other female rappers were able to finally get in the game.
Okay. All right. So Bradshaw said his top 5 is Lil' Kim, Nicki, Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, and MC Lyte.
I like that.
That's a pretty strong top 5 right there. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Braxton says Lil' Kim, Megan.
I like Meg.
Queen Latifah, Nicki, and Trina. Okay.
Trina. Okay.
Trina for me is like an asterisk.
But you know what? I was never a huge Trina fan, but if you're from the South, like Trina was like huge in the South, right? And so I can see
Miami.
Yeah, so I can see somebody saying like Trina. Yeah, I can see that. Okay,
and we got Avery just saying that the best are from the East. Okay,
that's
the
right.
best was from the East, and Edward was just agreeing with you. Let's see what Melvin said. Melvin said Missy, Lil' Kim, Lauryn Hill, Queen, MC Lyte.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid. That's a solid.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, and here he said Edward said Foxy Brown would have went much further if she wasn't beating people with their phone.
That's true. She was crazy. Like Foxy had issues. Like she was bopping people upside their heads with her cell phone. She was like beating the nail technicians like in the head when they weren't doing her nails. Like she was crazy. Like she was crazy. She was crazy. And so no, you're definitely right, Eddie. She was she would have went further, but she kind of like messed up her own career.
Okay. Well, I'm not the biggest rap fan per se. But if I was to choose, Nicki Minaj would definitely be up in the 5. Queen Latifah, Missy. I'll put Eve there. And
I like Eve.
Yeah, I like Eve too. And I think I may put MC Lyte there. Yeah,
I love MC Lyte.
Yeah,
I love MC Lyte's actually.
There's some rappers that people don't talk about, but if you really listen to them, you're like, you know what? They're really solid. They just didn't get all the spotlight that they needed.
Yeah, MC Lyte is actually my second favorite rapper behind Lil' Kim.
Okay, all right. I want to go back to the comments, and Bradshaw said Remy's definitely underrated. Her and her husband is funny because they both seem like they can catch the beat.
I'm telling you, they do it on purpose.
Yeah, but they definitely can rap.
Yeah, Papoose is dope. I like Papoose.
Yeah. But one other thing I wanna ask. Well, before I do that, let's go back to the comments are really going in. Dwayne said Trina paved the way for so many rappers, but honestly, the best raw, crazy lyrics now is definitely Nicki. I think she would go so much further if she switched it up more rap inspirational level. Missy is in a league of her own, definitely a different lane. No one can come close to her creativity. That is a fact.
Definitely true.
That is definitely
true.
Yeah.
Actually,
I like
I actually
this.
think
Salt and pepper needs to be in the conversation too.
the only reason why I because I'm also actually a huge fan of salt and pepper. Also, I never put them in the equation just because they are a group. Not saying they still couldn't be in it, but because they are a group, to me,
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's
like
great.
it's kind of like a disadvantage of the other ones
Hmm.
because they're like solo. You know what I'm saying? And so
Okay.
that's the reason why I don't include salt and pepper when we're talking about that because it's like it's three of them: salt and pepper and Spinderella. The second Spinderella, not the first one. The second Spinderella.
Okay.
There were two.
Okay. The brat, Avery, she's I've never gotten her. She's
I
not
love the brat.
someone that I gravitate towards. It's like
Although, let me just say this: the brat was the first female rapper to go platinum. The first
really?
ever. The Brat went platinum with her first CD, the
Uh-huh.
first ever. Then came Little Kim and Foxy Brown.
Interesting.
So the Brat is in like in history books. The
All
first
right.
platinum selling female rapper ever.
Okay. Okay.
I forgot about Brat. I forgot about Brat.
Yeah. But also now, don't forget now, it comes on August 9th on
Yeah.
Netflix. A story of women in hip hop explores the undeniable impact that women have played in the hip hop for 50 years. Now, I personally think they should have put Nicki in it, but I don't know if they just intentionally left her
Yeah.
off of the promo, but she's actually in the
Yeah.
conversation. But I'm definitely gonna tune in to
Maybe
see.
maybe they did that to like start something up and maybe she really is in it, but they wanted to get people talking about it. Is she in it? Is she
Probably.
less because again, I'm not a fan of hers, but you can't do something on female hip hop and not include
And
her.
not include her in the conversation.
That doesn't make any sense. Like you just can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get off of this topic and we're gonna come back at the end. We're gonna go to general generational curses. Now, what's going on with this one, Serge?
There is this TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
or I would say TikTok. There's
Mm-hmm.
this TikTok thing going around where people are saying, "What generational curses are you breaking?" And then they proceed to say what the generational curse is and what they're not going to do type of thing. And so I was just thinking about generational curses. Why are they called generational curses? And do they need to be done? Like, do they need to go away? Do we need to do something different? Um,
Most definitely.
for instance, and this is just one, like, growing up, when someone put a plate of food in front of you, no matter how much food was,
You can finish
you
it.
had to eat everything that was on that plate, no matter what. If they put it on the plate, you had to eat it, right? What if you were full?
You got to eat it because you're not going to waste the food that I had to
Exactly,
go break my back to get for you to
exactly,
eat.
exactly. But the generational curse about that is you are kind of like, and you're not doing it intentionally, but you are unintentionally teaching the kid bad eating habits to keep eating because the food is there. I'm full,
Mhm.
but I have to now keep eating this food because it's in front of me, right?
Correct.
And I've seen that in my adult life, just watching people who they're full and they keep eating. And I've seen people like unbutton their pants, and I'm like, why are you still eating? And they're like, because I'm
Mhm.
not going to waste this food. But I'm like, you're not poor, or put it in the refrigerator. Like, why are you
Mhm.
overstuffing yourself? Like, it's just not making sense. Or even like spanking kids. Like, some people are not into it anymore. Was spanking kids generational curses, right? A curse.
Could be.
You know what I mean? And so there was just so many. There's just so many. Just and that TikTok thing just made me think about it. Another one that they would say is, when we would go into a store as kids, it was like, don't touch nothing, don't look at nothing, like keep your hands. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't ask for nothing, don't look at nothing. But of course, as a kid, right? As a kid, that's what you do. You in a store, you looking, you're talking, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What do you think? What are some generational curses that you think it used to take place back in the day that you think it needs to stop now?
Well, before I do that, I'm going to do the reverse.
Go ahead.
What needs to be broken now
Yeah.
is that we need to be more aware of our money. When somebody dies in the family, you don't have to go ask for $20 here, $10 there, $30
Mhm.
here, $5
Mhm.
there because you're trying to get a funeral. There's
Yeah.
this thing called life insurance now that you don't have to have $1 million in the bank to
Yeah.
get life insurance.
Yeah.
$20, $30, $100 a month, and you can get life insurance and you can reap the benefits of that. That is something that families need to get so that they can
Yeah.
break that generational curse so you don't have to
True.
do a GoFundMe page.
True.
You know,
True. That's
all of
definitely
that
true.
stuff needs to be done. No longer, oh, those people over there have money because they're white. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, to answer the question, what needs to be broken? I think a general curse that needs is the lies that we're told.
Hmm.
The lies that says that those people over there are better than us, so we can't play with them. Like as
Hmm.
kids, you don't know that another person it doesn't hit you like someone else is black or white or Hispanic.
Yeah.
You just know that that's my friend and I'm gonna play
Yeah.
with them. It's not
Yeah.
until you get to like a certain age, then your family dynamics like, oh, you can't play with him because he's
Yeah.
white or the family doesn't want. So stuff
Hmm.
like that needs to be broken. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you about the food situation.
Yeah.
I know that growing up in Jamaica, my grew up with my grandmother and father. My grandfather used to eat first. He had the biggest plate with most of the food
Yeah. Yeah.
on it, and once his stuff is shared out, then everybody
Yeah.
else gets their
Yeah.
share. And sometimes he didn't even get the chance to finish it. We as kids, the grandkids, has hey, let me get some of that, some of that. So that's a
That is
whole.
weird to me. Like my kids are gonna eat first. Like
But
your
then
ass gonna
again,
wait.
if the back then the dad, which was the primary breadwinner, had to go out early in the morning to the farm to till the ground, plant the seed, and water it, and make sure that things are good. So when the harvest is ready you get to reap the harvest now, they say it's only fair for him to get that first crop from it.
How about we eat at the same damn time?
Yeah, we're gonna eat it at
Like,
the same time, but he gets a little bit more. You
oh,
know,
okay. Oh. I see what you're saying. I
yeah.
thought you were saying he was eating first and everybody else had to wait.
No, 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 no. He just
Oh.
we all eat at the same time, but he gets a little bit more
Oh,
than
yeah, I got a
the
problem with
average
that.
person.
Oh, I don't got a problem with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he should. If he was out
yeah.
there working in the hot sun, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I thought you were saying like you all had to like sit around and wait for him to eat. And I'm like, oh hell no. Hell no, I ain't doing that. Ain't crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
no.
original thing I think could be. So if you're in
Yeah,
the comments, please feel free to shoot us. What do you think is a
yeah.
generational curse that
Generational curse.
needs to be broken? We have
Another generational curse, really quickly before you
uh
get to that, is parents. Please stop kicking your children out of 18. That is the dumbest I've ever heard in my life. Just
okay.
because they're 18, they're not grown. They think they're grown. Trust me, they're not. I thought I was. You're not grown. They're not grown. It's too expensive. Like, stop kicking your children out of the house at 18. Like, if it was that,
So when is the appropriate age?
there is no particular age to kick your kid out unless your kid is just freeloading. But if your kid is doing what they need to do, like let's be honest, times are hard out there. Most people got to have roommates just to live. Like, and we're gonna get to that too, maybe because like this
Okay.
conversation is like that. But it's
Yeah.
hard out there. It's hard out there, and so it's just not a good idea to kick your kid out at 18. You should try and set your children up so when they do finally get out there, they can stay out there on their own. Not you're 18, boom. You don't know what the hell you're doing at 18 years old. Like you barely learn about your credit or anything like that when you're in school. You don't know what you're doing to be kicking your kid
Hmm.
out the house at 18. So I just think that's ridiculous. Parents, stop doing that. Again, unless your kid is a freeloader, not doing what they're supposed to, different story. But if you
Okay.
got a good kid, don't kick your kid out. Like, stop doing it. That's a bad curse. Like, wealthy families do not put their children out. Like,
No,
even
they
even when
don't.
they have money, they don't put their children out. The children leave when they get ready, when they feel comfortable leaving. So stop doing that. You don't have to put your kids out at 18. I hate that.
All right.
That bothers me. Oh, one more thing, and stop embarrassing your kids. But go ahead.
Okay. Generational curse, not wanting to talk about death and the arrangement. Families is to sit down and have the conversation and put things in place. Because oftentimes families don't want to talk about death in the family, and you want to talk about it when you die. Yeah, so that's definitely that one more. Then I go to Edward. He said generation curse, a woman feeling like it's okay to accept a man because he is a breadwinner while also wanting an open relationship, meaning he can basically cheat. They saw their mom stay in the marriage while their dad created multiple kids outside the family.
That's
Shots
a
fired.
good one.
That
Pow,
one is
pow.
deep
Straight
right
shooter.
there. Because oftentimes the kids see what the mom is going through, but the mom is putting up with it just for
Yeah.
the facade, while the
Yeah.
dad goes out there like Papa was a Rolling Stone and have
20
4, 5,
kids.
6 families out there.
Yeah.
Now you're teaching your child to put up with the nonsense
Yeah.
that needs to be broken.
Yeah.
That needs to be broken like ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one thing really quickly, that a generational curse that I still have difficulty with my 7-year-old is when I tell him to do something and he asks me why.
They
I
told you to.
struggle. I know that's what I want to say. Because that's what, it's like, because I said so, right? But and I realized, right, that back in the day it was looked at a sign of disrespect. It was like, what do you mean why? But I realized with my kid, when he asks me why, it's not disrespectful. He legit wants to know, well, like, why? Like, help me understand why I have to do it. And I'm always torn between, right? Like, it's always a struggle. And sometimes I have to take a deep breath and I'm like, because I need you to do X, Y, and Z because. And then when I do that, I feel like, why am I explaining myself to a 7-year-old? Like, why am I doing it? But then I stop and be like, this is how they learn. Like, you can't just tell somebody to do something and they don't know why to do it, because then they're not going to understand why they're doing it if you just keep saying, because I said so. Well, I understand that, but why? Because if you help them understand it and you explain it to them, then the next time you say it, they'll just do it.
Correct.
Usually. Because, okay, I understand why mom or dad said X, Y, and Z, because X, it makes sense to me, and go. But back in the day, it was, if you said why, like,
Exactly.
you're gonna get it. So explain to your kids, like, don't if they ask you a question, if you something they ask, like, don't take everything as like disrespect. Kids are like inquisitive. They're gonna ask questions. So
they will. And in response, Dwayne, in response to your thing, Edward has to respond to that. Jada did it.
Well, actually, Eddie, Jada didn't kick her kids out. They left. They left at like 13 and 15 because they were rich. And so they were sick of their mom's crap. So she didn't put them out. They moved out. So, I mean,
one more before we go. Bradshaw said children ask why because they want to understand. Exactly.
Yes. But I can tell you, as a parent, sometimes you don't want to explain. Sometimes whatever you say, you just want them to do it. And so it's definitely a struggle.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go to what would you do here? And I have one. This is my what would you do to you, sir?
What would you do?
What would you do if your cell phone fell in the toilet?
Was anything in the toilet? Number 2 was in the toilet? No, I'm serious. Like, what was number one?
Yeah.
What would I do? I would get something to take it out, but I wouldn't use it. Like, I would just destroy it. Like, I wouldn't use it, but I wouldn't want to leave it in there because I wouldn't want the risk of somebody getting it and somehow getting my information or something.
Okay.
So I would somehow get it out, but I would never try and use it again. I would just say it was lost or whatever and file a claim. But I'm never trying to use it. Like, hell no, ever. Like I'm never putting that phone up to my face. Are you kidding me? Like,
So would it matter if nothing was in the toilet? It's just the water's just there. Would you still use it if the water was still clear? Like nothing?
hell no, no. I'm gonna get no matter what is in there. I'm gonna get my cell phone out just simply because I'm afraid that someone else is gonna get it out and somehow get my.
Even if it's number 2.
I'm gonna get my cell phone out one way or another, but I will never put it up to my I would never I would take it outside.
Go
exactly. Yeah. I would destroy the phone. So let's be clear. I'm never putting it up to my face, but I can't leave it in there because I'm always gonna feel like someone's gonna get my info somehow.
So wouldn't you just trade the phone in?
I'm not carrying around that shit. I'm not doing that. No. Ever. Like that phone isn't getting in my car. That phone isn't getting in any bag. Like no. That phone is dead. That phone,
plastic bag.
That phone is dead to me. The door is closed. I'm never using that phone again. Are you kidding me? Ever. Like no. In the toilet? No. That is a wrap.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So I got one for you.
Okay, hold on before.
Oh wait. Are they saying wait? Is anybody comments?
Comments. I don't know about this one now. He said he will wash it off and put it in rice. I don't know.
Hell no.
No, son.
Nope. Nope.
Nah.
I understand they cost $1,000 nowadays, but you better have insurance. No.
Yeah, Bradshaw said, I mean, if you have to grab it regardless, which is true.
You do. You have to get it out.
Whew. Okay, I don't know. Oh my God, that's not the number 2. Yes, that's gonna be all in the I'm not going to do
because
that.
I'm not being funny. Think about it, right? Like every time you put that phone up to your face, that's what you're gonna think about. You're gonna be thinking about like this was in a toilet. Like I don't even see.
Yes.
Phone gotta go.
I'm not going.
Although he said that you said number 1 first. You did.
I did say number 1, and then I asked the question, what if it was a number 2?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But even number 1, like no, like and who's number 1?
Well, according to this, it didn't specify who's number 1, or
so it could have been in a public toilet
or your private bathroom.
Mm-mm.
Regardless,
even if it's my own personal bathroom, I'm just not doing it. I can't. I like them. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah. Not doing it.
All right.
All right. I got one for you. Okay. This is what would you do, right? Okay. Would you save the love of your life or let 20 million people die?
Oh my God.
So if you save the love of your life, 20 million random people are gonna die. Random people. You probably won't know any of them, but 20 million people are gonna die.
This is a hard one.
Or you save the love of your life. Come on.
No, that's a hard one. Because I'm thinking about, yes, the love of my life, but then 20 million is going to die.
Come on, you gotta pick one. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Just say it.
It is what it is.
Come on.
I don't know. This one definitely
I finally stumped you. I've been trying to stump you. You stumped me last week, if you remember.
This one definitely got me stumped.
You got me last week.
I don't know. But before this ends in the next 10 minutes, I'll give you an answer.
All right. Damn, we only got 10 minutes?
Bradshaw said, I don't think I could live with myself knowing I had my hand in killing 20 million people. We're in this.
Let me tell you something. I don't know them damn people. I'm saving the love of my life. I don't know y'all. sorry. I don't know y'all. Like, I don't know y'all. Like,
I think I probably would save the love of my life, but it's gonna be in the back of my head, like, oh my God, what else? I could have done something else to
listen,
save 20 million people.
the earth is overpopulated.
But then again, those are 20 million people who also have love of their lives too. Their family,
Listen,
friends, kids.
I understand that, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. When it's time to make their decision, let them make their decision.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
saving.
All
I'm
right.
saving
This is
love.
my answer. I will definitely save the love of my life.
Yeah.
That's that was a hard one. That really
No,
was a hard one.
but I'm gonna say the legit reason why I would save the love of my life. It would be you would have to be a real selfless person to not save the love of your life, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there who would.
Mhm.
But in the back of my mind, I would be like, damn, I lost the love of my life. And I don't even know the 20 million people that I saved. It's not even like I can go up to these people. You know what I mean? And so it would be like, I would be like haunted for the rest of my life, knowing that I killed the love of my life for people that I don't even know. So it's almost like I chose strangers over
Yes.
the love of my life. Although it's 20 million, I don't know them. I have no relationship with these 20 million people. You know what I mean? And so
that's a good way how to rationalize it and
yeah.
put things in perspective.
And that's my logic. And so it was just haunt me knowing that, okay, you picked strangers over me type of thing. You know what I mean? And so that's the only reason why seriously I would save the love of my life. I don't know these people. I'm never going to see these people if I save them. So yeah.
Okay.
God forgive me.
Edward says he would save the love of his life. I don't know these 20 million people.
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't know them, right? So
okay. And Avery said the need of many outweigh the needs of the few.
God bless you, Avery.
Bless you too. And Dwayne is back again. You don't know them. They ain't gonna save you over them. Yep, we agree with you.
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely save the love of my life.
All right. Cool. All right.
I'll definitely save the love of my life.
But I did stump you for a second. So
yes, you did. You did.
Uh-oh.
We did. Okay, so we're gonna go to this is something we all can well, I know for me, some days it happened. When did you realize you were getting older?
Man, this is easy for me. I actually think I told this story before in the first season. And this is the truth. I realized I was getting old. I'm gonna say getting older when I was standing up one day trying to put my socks on standing up, and I kept like tipping over, and I had to lean against the dresser.
That's because
I know that
balance.
No. I know that sounds weird, but all throughout my life, I was able to balance myself, bend my legs, and put my socks on. No problems at all. But I noticed when I got in my 40s, my joints started to get a little stiff. And I was like, wait a minute, why my leg ain't going all the way up? Like, what's going on?
Because you need to take calcium.
Nah, that wasn't it. That's not it. That was when I realized, wait a minute, oh man, I'm getting older. I could not do the same thing. Essentially, I just couldn't do the same things that I did previously. I just couldn't.
Okay.
And it is weird too, because when it first hits you, it's like, damn, like so soon, like, because you don't feel old otherwise, but it's just, or another thing, like waking up in the morning, getting up, and something is just randomly hurting for no reason. It's like, why is my foot hurting? Like, what's going on? Like, I didn't hit it. Why is it hurting? Then throughout the course of the day, as you walk around, it becomes fine and you don't feel the pain again. But it's just stuff like that where I think you didn't have to worry about that.
I totally
What about you?
Because even at my age, like, let's say, prime example, this morning, I have not worked out for like a couple of days. So I know whatever I'm feeling my body is not from a workout. Because when you work out, the pain that you feel from working out is different. So I'm just walking around, and out of nowhere, the bottom of my foot started hurting. I'm like,
see, it's
where is this thing coming from? I'm like, I didn't run. I didn't do anything crazy this week for PT or anything. But out of nowhere, it started to hurt. I'm like, oh God, let me go massage the bottom of my foot or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So it does happen. I think it hit you around, well, age 32-ish
Yeah.
when it hits, but I think it gets as you get older and older and
Yeah.
older, and if you don't work out or eat right,
Yeah.
it affects you more and
Yeah.
more.
I like what they're saying in the comments. For me, it didn't hit me
Uh,
until I was in my 40s. 42, 43 is when I was like, whoa, like something is definitely different about
okay.
my body. It was like 42, 43 is when I felt something was different. In my 30s, I was still fine. I had no issues in my 20s and 30s. When I got my 40s, I was like, what is this ache? Like, what is this pain? Like, am I on death's door? What's going on? Like
Your joints
seriously.
start to hurt.
That's what I'm saying for no reason. Like my aunts used to say, "Oh, the rain coming because I got my water in my knee." Like, like
I've actually heard that one before too.
so no, it's the thing. I mean, that hasn't happened to me, but I'm just saying, right? It's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, and so
That your
it,
arthritis start to act up.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you just start feeling stuff, and so, like I said, it's just crazy when it finally hits you. But one other thing, really quickly too, because I know it's almost time to go that quick.
Yeah.
I work at a university, and so I see all of these kids. They are now literally wearing the same thing I wore in the 90s. Baggy
Really?
clothes. Yes, baggy clothes, oversized clothes. Like their jeans are mad baggy. Like
That's like early, no, no, that's
90s.
like mid
That's the
90s.
90s.
No, that's early 90s.
Early
Like
90s.
the oversized shirt,
Yes,
oversized
yes.
pants.
Exactly. They're wearing that again now. Like and fitted jeans, like fitted jeans are
It's
like out. They're out.
it's
Like
first of all, it's too hot to wear baggy clothes now. So
first, yeah. First of all, as long as it took me to be able to put on some fitted jeans, because for the longest I would not wear fitted jeans. They were
what, are you
uncomfortable
scared?
to me.
Show off your
They were
leg?
just tight. They were just tight. I'm from the 90s. We wore baggy clothes. And so it took
Uh-huh.
me years to put on some fitted jeans. And now you think I'm gonna now go back to these oversized clothes? I'm just not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the comments. Bradshaw said, I don't know, but there's something weird about turning 40. I'm not there yet. Well, when I get there, we'll have that conversation in the next 5 years. I'll have that. But I said, I guess Serge can agree. There's something weird about turning 40. The bones don't act
Yeah.
right.
The bones ain't boning. That don't sound right. The bones ain't boning.
Hey, boning.
The bones
Dwayne
ain't
said,
boning.
yes, the 40s are the worst. Gray hairs were mine. Yes, you also wake up and stuff hurting for no reason. I
Definitely
think one of my
facts.
biggest pet peeves as I get older, and it happened to me last year, and I was mortified. I saw gray hair coming out of my nose.
Oh, I'm not doing it, but I got gray hairs all up in my nose. It's to
Oh
a point where first of
no,
all, as you
that's
can see, like
crazy.
I don't even pull them out anymore because it's too many. Like I would literally have to cut every nose hair out because they're
Nope,
just like,
I don't care. When I saw it, I'm like, oh
yeah,
no, this is not happening.
yeah.
This is
The
not
only
happening.
time, the only time I pull it out is if they start to if it starts to like grow
Sure.
out of my nose so you can see it. I'll pull it, but other than that, like I will pull out. I have so many grades. I'm just gray. I'm just gray.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pulling it
Yeah.
out.
And so I
Uh,
got a quick question too, because
go
we're
ahead.
about to go. This is for like the people in the comments. Like I said, this was just something different we wanted to do with the show. We kind of steered away from the hot topics of like celebrities. And so do you prefer shows like this where we're just talking about everyday things in general? Do you like the conversations that we talk about with the celebrities? Would you like a mixture? So let us know in the comments, shoot us an email. You can hit us up on Facebook in the messengers. Let us know like what type of content you want us to do. But I did really enjoy this conversation.
Yes, please do let us know. Before we go, Edward said his eyesight started getting worse and the loud music
Ooh.
started bothering him.
Ooh.
Um, that's it for him. How you know he was getting old. And Avery said he realized he was getting old when he heard songs like "Ice Cream" and "Paint Job." I don't know what
What?
when the whole song had the same line over and over.
Oh, I know. Okay, I know what you're talking
The
about. Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure about that, but nonetheless, thank you all very much for joining us today. It's been a
Yes.
pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, you name it. Go and follow us. Thank you all for tuning into us today and having a great conversation.
For sure.
And we will see you next week.
Next
Same
week.
time, same place.
Please be
All right.
there. All right. Thanks, you guys. Peace out.